What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to easily create a guestbook interior fast for KDP using Canva. So welcome back to StackinProfit. My name's Paddy and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, let's go straight over to Amazon. What we're going to do in this video is, well, I'm just going to show you how easy it actually is to create an interior for a guest book and how fast it can actually be as well. So I've already got up some examples that I want to run with or show you first, before actually showing you the example of how I created the interior. I think that came out a little bit wrong, but hey ho. Now, first things first, what you're going to do when you want to create a book, any type of book, you need to know the dimensions for that book. So what I like to do is just type in the book, I've said book quite a lot, in the search bar over on Amazon, and then come down to round about here. It used to be down here where you could find the details for the book, just here, but it's up here at the minute, which I've noticed recently. I don't know if that's actually Amazon or one of the Chrome extensions that I use, but either way, if we look just here, we can actually see the dimensions for this guest book. This is 8.25 times 6, so they're the dimensions that we're going to need. Now, if you're going to have an interior with bleed, that means the dimensions are going to be slightly different. Now, what I like to do is use tangent templates. Now, I believe this is only $59.99, one-time payment, which is amazing and definitely worth it. You should definitely think about getting tangent templates if you have a low content book business, because from here you can see they have so many tools. But the one that we want to use is the KDP Helper. Now, from here, this is where we can type in that interior, those dimensions. So right here, 8.25 times 6. Then we'd type in the amount of pages that we need. So let's do 100. We're going to keep it white. And here is where you check bleed or no bleed. Now, you only tend to have bleed. Let me just go over to my example for just 1 second. You tend to only have bleed if a line or an image or anything like that goes right to the edge of the page. That's the only time that you would need bleed. So if I was going to create a book where the lines or the graphics went right to the edge of the blade, I would come here, or page, not blade, sorry, and click yes. And then I'd just click continue. And then from here, if we go on interior and scroll down, we can see on Canva this is the dimensions that we'd need for an interior with bleed. Now, if we go back, it changes if you don't have bleed. So let's go back to here, KDP Helper. We'll do that 8.25 times 6. Let's do 100 pages again. White and click no. Now, if we go on to continue and go to interior, we can see these dimensions just here, 8.25 times 6. So that's with no bleed. Now, I've already got the dimensions over here. So if we go to file, we can see this is an 8.25 times 6. Now, another thing to note, that a book of this size, these dimensions, would not be eligible for expanded distribution. So if you wanted to create a guest book, you'd have to do something like an 8.5 times 8.5 to be eligible. But sometimes that doesn't bother me because this is the dimensions that I want for my book. Now, let's go back over to here. And I'm going to share with you exactly how I made this first page, because once you've made this, you can just duplicate it. Now, if you like niches like this, then don't forget to come and check out the LCB Vault. We have 4 courses in here now. So we have Kids LCB, Q4 Profits, the LCB Vault, and also Simple Colouring Books. Simple Colouring Books is me teaching you everything I now know about colouring books. So if you're interested and you want a bunch of niches and all that cool stuff, click that link down in the description below and come and check us out. Anyway, on to the example. So what we got here is that 8.25 times 6, and then on here is just a couple of different fonts, a couple of lines, and then a line down the centre as well to give the illusion that it's just 2 different separate lines. So that's what I've got, but how the hell did I make this? Now, one thing to note, everything that I made here is just with the free version of Canva. Obviously, these fonts are what I paid for, so I have uploaded them. That is a Canva Pro. But everything here you can do with the free fonts and all the Canva free features. So please remember that as well. And if you want a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro, there will be a link down below. So this looks pretty good. How did I make that? Well, let's go through the steps. So I started off with just a blank page. What I like to do is just show the margins, so I click on here, click show margins, just so I can get this up round the page, just so I have a guideline. So this isn't actually margins for your books or anything like that, it's just a margin that I like to keep me in proportion with everything else. But that's what I start off with, just a blank page with these margins. And then from here I added a line. Now that is very, very simple. All I did was went to elements over here on the left hand side. Had to pause the video there for a minute, but then I also use boxes just here and or this line. So with this line we can use that, or we can use a box. So with the box, what I like to do, because we can make the box any size we want, I want to make this long like that, and then from here we can just grab the corner. Let's zoom in a little bit more, go on to 100. Let's move this over to here. From here, so let's click off there, move this over. We can make this a lot thinner, as you can see. And then we can actually use that as the line as well. So there's a few different ways that you can do that, like I just showed you, by using the actual line just up here, which we can find in the elements and or the box. Then from here, let's zoom back in. Once I've got that line, I want to duplicate. In fact, let me just say something else real quick. I like to keep it a real dark grey. I found when doing black like that the black on the white page doesn't quite look right. So I tend to do my lines just a real dark grey and they turn out a lot better. But from here, we take this, we duplicate. And we're going to duplicate this quite a few times like that. Then we're just going to centre these. They don't need to be perfect. Let's just put them in the centre like that. So you can see our lines starting to take shape. And from here, we want to drag over the top so we can highlight all of them, go to position, and then click on vertically. And from there, once you've clicked that, the space in between, I nearly said spice, the space in between is all the right measurements. As you can see, they're all exactly the same. So then we can drag over the top again, move that down to there, and then do that again. So drag, position, vertically, and now we can see that it's all evenly spaced. So that's how I get my lines on the page. If we keep scrolling through, that's what we can see just here. That's what I've done. Then from here, I've added another line. So this is just a box here. I've changed it to white, like that. Then I've made it thinner, so it looks like there's a gap down the middle, and then I've just centered it over the top. This is just a real quick way of doing lines like this, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. So that's how I got that. And then from here, if we scroll down, we just have a font there and a font here for name and thoughts, and then also the font, if we can scroll, there we go, and the font just here saying guest. So you can play around with all the different fonts that you get for free within Canva, or you can use the ones you paid for. But as you can see, really simple, and that's how I create the interior. Now from here, what I would do is just delete these. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of them. So we have that one page. There we go. And from here, I would just duplicate. Probably duplicate 100 times. So I just keep going through, duplicating so it's on the front and back. Let's do a few of these pages because we are going to download it just to take a quick look. So there we go. Let's just do 10. Imagine this was 100. You could do a front page, a welcome page. So if we go back over to here and click on here, zoom out, go to here, we can see, oh, they don't really have a front page. So it would be completely up to you what you do. You might just want to keep the interior like this. But from here, we'd go to download, PNG, go on to PDF print, click download, and then that's it. You have your interior. So hold on, let me just do that. There we go. If we open this as well, just so we can take a quick look. If that's going to load, there we go. And now let's take a little look just to see what it looks like. But you can see just how simple that was. Really easy. And now we have that interior that looks pretty good. So go ahead, give it a try. Go and check out the guest book niche. One of my best selling books of all time is in the guest book niche, and it's made me over $10,000 in royalties over the last 2 years. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been StackinProfit, and I'll see you again soon.